Dana and Corey, and Judy Gower will do our invocation. And of course, on Ronald McDonald tonight, we always do have Ronald McDonald. He's here also. Judy?
Okay, and we get everybody.
Oh! Right, right.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come before you tonight with gratitude in our hearts for your great love. We invite your presence among us and humbly ask for your hand of protection to be upon the drivers and all of us here tonight. May we enjoy together this night at the races. In your name we pray. Amen. Okay, girls, Dan. Okay, get them.
There you go.
Present. Oh!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Chris Costle in the 32, the newcomer Jim Bryce in the 30, and the 90 of Bill Wintruba. And the green is out. Seferno in the 16 on the outside, and Kostelnik in the 60 on the inside, still neck and neck for the lead. Dustin Blank in the 4 and Greg Kelly in the 36, Will behind them. The Brooks Automotive GMC 16 of Eugene Seferno out in front. The 60, Adam Kostelnik in the 36 of Greg Kelly, battle behind him. Kelly in the 36 carrying the momentum off the outside, will move into second down the backstretch. Blank is fourth and Kossel is running fifth. Greg Kelly trying to take the lead away from Eugene Seferno. And he'll make the pass as they head down the back chute. The Fayez Forest Products, Kessler Lumber, number 36. Into the lead. Seferno second, Kostelnik third, Dustin Blank a close fourth. Flag, one lap to go. in the Neidhart Auto Sales 4, challenging the Stans Transmissions Froggy FM 60 of Adam Kostelnik for third here on the final circuit. Greg Kelly will take the win, Eugene Ciferno second, and Dustin Blank will win that race for third. Adam Kostelnik fourth, Chris Kossel and Jim Bryce are next, with Bill Wintruba rounding out the field in the number 90. The right front fender flapping on the 3. Apparently he and the Dan Lewis 02, when they were scrubbing their tires coming out of the pits, got together and shook the sheet metal loose on the right front of the Irwin RV3. Robbie is your leader. He'll be given the black flag and he'll have to take that truck into the pits. Sheet metal loose. So Dan Lewis, the truck rookie, is in front of Dave Burnell, Marion Reno, and Dave Barrow. Curtis Stewart is also pitted in the 50. Oh, Lewis in the 02, sideways off the second turn. Burnell trying to get by him on the outside now. Reno on the inside of Burnell. And Dave Barrow close fourth in the 69. 3 laps into the second heat race for the Falcone Chrysler Jeep Pro trucks. Still Dan Lewis trying to hold off Marion Reno. Reno to the inside, noses into the lead in turn 3. Dave Barrow trying to follow him in the 69. Halfway. Gurmack Heating and Cooling, Tom Clark Chevy, Pizza and Gyro Express 8 of Marion Reno Jr. trying to get that big monkey off his back. More like a gorilla. He's had a bad luck season after being so dominant a year ago. But last week it looked like in the feature the truck was running strong as he caught up with Dave Barrow at the end and made it quite interesting toward the finish. To go. Marion Reno, Dave Barrow, Dave Burnell, and Dan Lewis, your top 4. Running 5th is Dave Mans. 3 Daves in this race. Checkered flag for Reno, Barrow, Burnell, Lewis, and Mans will be next. The 51 of John Messenger from Clarksburg, West Virginia. Starting 5th from McKeesport to 31 of Mark Catone. 6th to 30 of Ralph McBride from Valencia. 43, Mike Adams from Portview, and the 33 of John Comarinci from Greensburg. From Dunbar, the 25 of Rick Miller. From Delmont, the 60 of Tommy Beck, and the 80 is Nick Durantz from Cannonsburg. 2 weeks from tonight, your late models will be running the Tom Clark Auto Family 150, Friday night, the 4th of July, with holiday fireworks and more. Green is out. Wiltrout darts into the lead from the pole. Neil Brown follows him into second. Mark Poole is third, Catone is fourth. Then it's Ralph McBride, Mike Adams, Tommy Beck, and John Messenger, all bunched together. Will Trout still leading, Brown right on his tail. Mark Poole third, Mark Catone fourth, and Ralph McBride fifth. Tommy Beck in the 60, trying to move by the 43 of Mike Adams. The 60 goes to the outside, trying to pass the 30 of Ralph McBride. The Larry Lind Flooring and Carpeting 60 into the top 5 out in front. These Specklin emergency vehicles, Quality Support 95, being chased by the Coors Light 98. The Howard Concrete Pumping 96 is third, and the Mojos Sports Bar 31 of Catone fourth. To the inside of Tommy Beck. The Valvoline Brooks Automotive 25 into fifth. Two laps to go. Trout opening up some daylight as he takes the white flag one more time around. Gary Wiltrout will go wire to wire for the win. Neil Brown second, Mark Poole third, Mark Catone fourth, and Rick Miller fifth. We have 5 of the sealed motors in the late model field. Brian is out of North for sales. The 6D of Bobby Bentz from Irwin, the 31 of Matt Smith from Charleroi, points leader Gary Scott. That's the 6, by the way, of Tommy Bentz from White Oak, not the Bobby Bentz 60. They are almost identical. Gary Scott in the 16, and it's Georgie Nicole in the 97. Georgie's out of Pittsburgh, and the 32 of Matt Panay. Matt is from Plum. Tommy Bentz, younger brother to Bobby Bentz, in front. The stands transmission 6. Look at Gary Scott rolling through the turn in the blue 16, the Swissville Music Special. Matt Panay getting up a little too high in turns 1 and 2. Gary Scott trying to take the lead away from Tommy Bentz. Matt Smith a close third in the Nuclear Banana 31. Georgie Nicola moves to 4th, and Matt Panay trying to move into 5th in car 32 as they pass the 77 of Brian Stevenson. They're will to will for the lead off the 4th turn, Bentz and Scott. Gary Scott by a nose, Scott by half a car length, a full car length down the back chute into 3. Halfway, laps down and 4 to go. Oh, Tommy Benz, second place car, goes for a spin on the back chute. I don't know if something broke on the car or what, but all of a sudden Tommy Benz went sideways. Gary Scott took the lead away from Tommy Benz and brings the field to green. Points leader, and right now 8th in the NASCAR Atlantic Region Short Track Division standings. Smith is second. Nicola third. Complete lap number 7, 1 more to go. So Matt Penine at 32 out of shape in the middle of 1 and 2, and Tommy Benz will move into 4th in the number 6. He hails from Harrison City. The Swiss Mail Music, Ed's Auto, Drew's Family Restaurant 16, Gary Scott taking the win. Matt Smith and the Armory Locksmiths S&S Auto Body 31 second. Georgie Nicole and the Edlin Automotive PJ Smoke Shop Cox Transmissions 97 third. Then Tommy, last week's winner, will start third. The 8 of Phil Larsenis, the third, his 4th, the 60 of Bobby Benz, and the 47 of Chris Dodds. Side by side. Paul Urso in the 37, Jim Nicole in the 5. Mike Bacalon in the 48 now alongside of Nicole in the 5, trying to move into 2nd. It's Paul Urso out in front. The Sullivan Chevrolet Sealing Specialist number 37. 48 Mike Bacalon, 5 Jim Nicole wheel to wheel, then the 60 of Bobby Benson, the 8 of Phil Larsenis. Bacalon now gets to the inside of Urso and will take the lead in turn 2. Mike Bacalon motors the 48 to the front of the field as we come around to complete the halfway mark. 4 laps down and we'll have 4 more to go. Bobby Benson is 60 all the way up to 2nd. Urso drops to 3rd. Jim Nicole is 4th and Phil Larsenis the 3rd, 5th. Bobby Benz right on the back bumper of Mike Bacalon. Bacalon trying to protect that low side. Benz trying to dive underneath him as they race into turn 1. Wheel to wheel for the lead in turn 2. The Stan's Transmission 60 and the 48 of Mike Bacalon. Benson Bacalon. Coming to complete lap number 6. 2 to go. 2 to go. The Luzader Auto Service 60 of Bobby Benz is your leader. One more time around. Bobby Benz Bentz, the third different leader in this race. It was first the 37 of Paul Urso, then the 48 of Mike Bacalon, then Bentz. Now Bacalon trying to challenge back for the leader here when they come to the checkered. Bentz protecting the low side. They'll lead the troops through 3 and 4, and Bobby will get the win. Mike Bacalon second, Paul Urso third, Jim Nicola fourth, and Phil Arsenis the third rounds out your top 5. Moving off a win last week. That was his third. 44, Sean Ricks, 7, Garrett Hoos, 22, Robin Rimmel, 74, Jason Holder, Vince Cater in the 4, and 34 is Rich Nicola. 8 laps for the Subway Street Stocks. Todd Knight, your leader. 22, Robin Rimmel challenges the 44, Sean Rick for second. Rimmel makes the pass. Rich Nicola moves quickly to fourth in the 34. Big lead for the Car Lloyd Tire Stands Transmissions. TJK Enterprise 70 of Todd Knight. Rich Nicola now to third in that 34. Sean Rick is fourth, and Vince Cater in the 4 car runs fifth. Halfway, 4 to go. Two Fords battling for second. The 22 of Robin Rimmel, the 34 of Rich Nicola. Cater the 4, challenging Sean Rick for fourth. Jason Holder joins that mix too. We got 1 lap to go here. Big lead for Todd Knight. He's had no problems in this one. Started up front and he's been gone. The race for second also intensifying here. Rich Nicola trying to work under the 22 of Robin Rimmel. Off the 4th turn they come. Checkered flag for Todd Knight. Who will get second? Robin Rimmel by a nose. And the 22, 34 Nicola third. Cater in the 4 fifth. Or Cater in the 4 fourth, excuse me. And the 44 Sean Rick fifth. Hey, Ronald's back out there for you kids, Emmetsburg. 13 is Chris Vergona from Pitcairn. The 40, Mark Boom Boom Bloom from Pittsburgh. And the 15 of Jonathan Heilman from Bell Vernon. Frank Turek, he and Todd Knight have been the leading winners this year. Knight won the last heat, and Frank's trying to follow him here in the second. He's off to a big lead here to start out. in front. Don Blank is second. Mark Boom Boom Bloom is third. Boom Boom to second. Bill Henry is fourth in the 64, and right now it's Chris Fergone in the 13 fifth. Tires are squealing. Chris Fergone moves to fourth in the 13. Jonathan Howman in the 15 trying to follow him up to fifth. Fast Frank Turek in front, the halfway mark. Crossed flag signaling to the drivers we're halfway home. 4 laps down and 4 to go. Of course, the positions and laps are also kept on the scoreboard between turns 1 and 2. Mark Boom Boom Bloom out for the first time in the 40 car. He's closing in on Frank Turek. To go. Frank Turek, the West Side Lube and Tire. Frank Turek's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning number 5. Trying to hold off the Bobby's Lounge 40 of Boom Boom Bloom. Donnie Blank third. Chris Fergone fourth and Jonathan Howman fifth. As they come to the checkered flag, it will be Turek getting the win. Bloom second. Blank third. Fergone fourth and Howman fifth. If you'd like a videotape for the racing action tonight or any race night, see John Wirtz from LJ's Video, taping the racing action here each week. 29 is Bruce Hamilton from Pittsburgh. Chantel Germack in the 24 car from North Huntington. Mike Lemley in the 4 out of Dawson. The 1 is Tracy Keller from Mount Pleasant. Then the 04 Bob Shipp from Jefferson Hills. The 17 is Dave McManus from Elizabeth, and the 50 of Jeff Giles from Vanderbilt. In the 9. Bruce Hamilton in the 29 goes by for the lead down the front stretch. Mike Lemley rolling on the top side of the number 4. He's up to third. In front, Mike Lemley to second. Rick Broadwater in the 9 is next, then Bob Shipp, and into the wall. A little white wall action on the right side of Bob Shipp's 04. Bobby's going to try to get into the pits. To go, 6-lap heat race for the Chargers, and Mike Lemley quickly closing in on race leader Bruce Hamilton. Broadwater is third, Chantel Germack fourth, and Dave McManus in the 17 runs fifth. The white flag is waving. Lemley tried to take the lead away here on the final go-round. Hamilton in the 29 slides up, and Mike Lemley dives by on the low side. He'll get it done. Lemley in the 4 wins it. Hamilton second. Look at this. Broadwater, McManus, and Germack come across 3, 4, and 5. 9, 17, and 24. They've got... G Pro Trucks on Dick's Sporting Goods, Pennsylvania Army National Guard Night. And off we go. Dustin Blank out in front in the 4 from the pole. Adam Kostelnik in the 60 moves into second. Greg Kelly in the 36 sideways. Chris Koss on the 32. Nowhere to go. And the 90 of Bill Wintroub also spinning around. Coming at you off the 4th turn. Green is out. Dustin Blank, second start not as good for the 4. Dan Lewis in the 02, your leader this time on the start. Eugene Ciferno in the 16 moving up to second. Is right there for that 2nd, 3rd, and 4th spot. Ciferno, Marion Reno in the 8, and Adam Kostelnik in the 60, with Dave Barrow in the 69 all the way to 5th. Dan Lewis is your leader. Marion Reno gets a big bite off that 2nd turn and jumps to 2nd. Dave Barrow trying to follow him to 3rd in the 69. Ciferno in the 16 is 4th. Kostelnik in the 65th. Brunel in the 06th. Kelly is 7th. Robbie Young 8th. Jim Bryce 9th. And Curtis Stewart Jr. is 10th. Marion Reno Jr. not wasting any time. To the lead he goes in the number 8. And look who's right behind him. Dave Barrow in the 69 to 2nd. As they say, the race is on. Complete. Marion Reno Jr. was the winner here opening day, has not been back in the winner's circle since. He's out in front tonight with Dave Barrow trying to track him down. Dan Lewis, the rookie, is 3rd. Ciferno 4th, Kostelnik 5th. Oh, Ciferno sideways in the middle of 1 and 2 trying to hold on to it. Adam Kostelnik to his inside as they head down the backstretch. Ciferno up high off of 4, almost slapping the wall. Dave Brunel now and Eugene Ciferno battle for 5th. Brunel in the 0, Ciferno in the 16. Brunel making the pass, and right with him comes the 36 of Greg Kelly. Dave Barrow now finds himself just 2 truck lengths behind the 8 of Marion Reno. Coming to the halfway point the next time, Dave Barrow turning up the pressure on a race leader Marion Reno Jr. Spin on the backstretch. Caution is out. Not halfway yet. Robbie Young also speeding out of the pits as green is back out. Dan Lewis got overhauled by the 60 of Adam Kostelnik on that start. 60 Kostelnik moves to third. Lewis drops to fourth. Kelly is fifth. Greg's from the back, come from the back after that first lap spin. Halfway, 10 laps to go. To go, Marion Reno Jr. Ahead of Dave Merrill, Adam Kostelnik, Dan Lewis, and Greg Kelly now trying to pass Lewis for fourth. Dave Burnell is next, then Curtis Stewart Jr., Eugene Ciferno, Chris Kossel, Jim Bryce, Bill Wintruba, Dustin Blank. Actually, Dave Mann's in the 51 ahead of Blank, who's 9 laps down. Robbie Young into 3 also ahead of the Ford truck. Greg Kelly now makes the pass for fourth in the number 36. 5 more laps to go. 5 to go. Eugene Ciferno starting to work his way toward the front again in the 16. Lap traffic ahead for the race leader, Marion Reno Jr. He goes to the outside of Dave Mans. Trying to keep the momentum. Dave Merrill still within striking distance of the leader. Kostelnik third, Greg Kelly fourth, and Dan Lewis fifth. Robbie Young now trying to stay on the lead lap in a 3 truck, and he's got the leaders closing in behind him with 2 laps to go. 2 to go, 2 to go. Young still there in front of Marion Reno Jr. Off of 4, Dave Merrill trying to mount a charge with 1 to go. Things are getting interesting here. Reno now choosing inside or outside. Dave Merrill right on his tail. The 3 of Robbie Young right ahead of him as they come to the checkered flag. Merrill goes to the inside. They're wheel-to-wheel off of 4 with Robbie Young right ahead of him down the front stretch. They come and Dave Merrill wins it. Marion Reno is not going to be too happy with the 3 truck of Robbie Young. Marion Reno Jr. wins unofficially for Dave Merrill in the 69. The cars by Dave, Vanuik Racing Engine, Stan's Transmission Special. How about a nice hand? The Dick's Sporting Goods folks and Pennsylvania National Guard will be joining him in the winner's circle. All of our winners also get the case of Pepsi-Cola products and a bag of Snyder Berlin potato chips. It's never over till it's over, as they say, and that was a prime example of that.
Okay, fans, we're down here with Dave Merrill, and Dave, 5 laps to go in that race. You couldn't have thought you were going to run down Marion Reno.
Never in the world. I didn't have the truck to do it tonight. It just wasn't working well tonight.
And when you're hot, as Dow said, you're hot. And right now, you're just scorching, and things just seem to work out.
It's unbelievable. Lap traffic, I don't know. I don't know what happened up there. It looked like, I don't know. I'm not going to say nothing, but
All we know is you won. That's
what I'm trying to say. We won. Hey, we couldn't do it without the guys at the shop, Vince, Donnie, my dad. My fiance Christy just had surgery the other day, and she's still here. That's dedication. But the sponsors, New Great Valley Lanes, Thunder Alley, Evanuic Racing Engines. I don't think he's here tonight, but I hope he shows up.
You know, Dave, it really is something like this, and I think I've asked you this before, and you probably get tired of me asking this because I'm running out of questions to ask you. You keep coming up every week. Do you have to pinch yourself and say, man, I can't believe we're this good?
It is unbelievable. We do it every week. Somebody says, you know, one week you're not going to win. I says, I thought it was going to be last week.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner tonight, Dave Merrow.
A little 4 cylinders warmed up. Sounds like a wedding. Hey, the Pennsylvania Army National Guard Operation Dog Tag, the dog tags are now done under the pavilion. And the dog tags are under the pavilion now. $2. You can get your Operation Dog Tag from the Pennsylvania Army National Guard. They're available down in the NASCAR Pavilion behind the aluminum grandstands. Meantime, let's go racing. Look at this 3 wide down the back straightaway. No backing down. Dan Jordan, the newcomer on the outside in the 32. Mean Gene Greco in the 22 on the inside is your leader. Jordan second, Bone third, then it's Alexic and Oldham. Mean Gene hasn't won in a couple of weeks in the 22. I think he's upset about that. He's way out in front here. Bill Oldham starting to move in the 5. In the 5, trying to move by Dan Jordan for second down the backstretch. To go, Gene Greco ahead of Bill Oldham, Dan Jordan, Mike Alexic, and William T. Bone. Hey, Bill Oldham's catching Gene Greco in a hurry here. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to do it in a half a lap, but he's going to try to make it interesting. And he's making it interesting, all right. He pulled in within a couple of car lengths. Look out, it isn't over yet. Here they come off of 4 down the front straightaway. Greco trying to protect that lead. He'll win it by a car length. I think it wasn't another lap. It might have been the Bill Oldham, the 5, taking the win. Once again here during intermission, we're going to have some of the drivers will be making their way into the grandstands, and they'll have their helmets with them. They'll be taking donations for Ronald McDonald House. Anything you can give would be greatly appreciated. Also get your 50-50 tickets out. We'll do the Smith and Fire Department 50-50 drawing, and we'll pick one of our Subway Street Stock drivers tonight for the Subway Street Stock Challenge. We got the folks from Dick's Sporting Goods down there, the Pittsburgh Circle Track Club, and I think the Pennsylvania Army National Guard, and the winner, Gene Greco. Have a nice hand for Gene.
Now we're down here with Gene Greco. Gene, took a couple weeks off there, buddy. You were supposed to win them all.
Well, I can't win them all, but we're sure going to try.
Looked like you were determined to win tonight. Made it 3 wide going down the backstretch.
Yeah, I was bound and determined I was going to win this one.
You missed me, didn't you?
Oh, I did. Deep, terribly, I missed you.
Probably running out of oil, too.
Yes, oh, I haven't gotten any oil yet.
But you didn't get any oil yet. We'll have to talk to them guys about
Okay.
that. Let's talk about sponsors and the guys that help you out.
Okay, first I'd like to thank Napa Auto Parts and Huffman's Auto Sales. I'd like to thank Robin Rimmel and Tammy Ainsley. I'd like to thank my buddy Joe Hahn. I'd like to thank all the Rimmels up in the stands and Joe's wife Joyce. I'd like to thank all the fans and Red Miley for giving us a chance to run here.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6th one of the year for Mean Gene Greco. We'll let you take some time here, get your Smith and Volunteer Fire Department 50/50 tickets out. Get ready to do that. How much money do we have tonight?
$387.
They can get that money out.
Zone in the 31, 98 Neil Brown, 95 Gary Wiltrout, 51 John Messenger, 80 Nick Durantz, 33 John Komarinsky, 30 Ralph McBride, 60 Tommy Beck, 43 Mike Adams, 96 Mark Poole, and starting last will be the winner last week, the 25 of Rick Miller. The Humvee from the Pennsylvania Army National Guard will head to the pits, and so will the Davies Ford Mustang over in turns 3 and 4. And here come your Falcones Dodge late models on Dick's Sporting Goods Pennsylvania Army National Guard night for 40 laps. Here they come. The green is out. Kayla Markle from Dix waves the green flag, and off they go running into that first turn. It's Neil Brown with the lead. Gary Wiltrout in the 95 dives hard into turn 3 on the low side. He moves into second. Mark Antonis there. We got a spinner over in 3 and 4, the 80 of Nick Durantz. He gets back on the racetrack. And the caution is out. Neil Brown on the gas, and the green is back out. Brown leads, Wiltrout second, Catone third, Messenger is fourth, and Komarinsky and Poole. They're really crowded for 4 on back. Komarinsky into 33, moves up to 4th. Wiltrout starting to pressure race leader Neil Brown. Off of 4, Wiltrout to the inside, but it's still Brown ahead at the stripe. Into that first turn. In the middle of the turn, Wiltrout is a lot faster. Brown protecting the low side. Komarinsky 4th. Mark Poole now trying to take 4th away from Komarinsky. And look at Rick Miller in the 25, jump on the gas pedal hard. He's by Komarinsky and he's by Poole. Miller up to 4th after starting last. Five laps down, 35 to go. Wiltrout right in the middle of 1 and 2, able to close right up on the back bumper of Neil Brown. Catone back a ways in 3rd. Miller is straight away behind the leaders in 4th. Mark Poole is 5th. Ralph McBride 6th. Tommy Beck runs 7th. John Komarinsky is 8th. Mike Adams 9th, and John Messenger is 10th. Tommy Beck passing the 30 of Ralph McBride for 6th. look to the inside of Brown, but it's still the Silver Bullet, the Coors Light 98, your points leader. Oh, Wiltrout lets him know about it too in the middle of the fourth turn, hard into the back end of Brown. Neil Brown slowing down a little bit because the third and fourth place cars are closing in. Mark Antone and Rick Miller. Miller to the outside, passing Mark Antone. Now Wiltrout tries the outside. Brown protects that down the back straightaway. Miller to third, closing on the front two. He's cut that, it was a straightaway behind him, now less than a half a straight behind. 11 laps into this late model feature. Wiltrout and now Miller. Antone fourth, Mark Poole fifth, Tommy Beck sixth. Laps are down. Gary Wiltrout has been inside and outside the 98 of Neil Brown, looking for a place to pass, but it's still Brown in front, holding his line. Wiltrout a little loose coming off the fourth turn. Rick Miller now closing in quickly on him. Down the back straightaway. Brown with the biggest lead he's had. On the halfway mark. Still Neil Brown, Gary Wiltrout, and Rick Miller 1, 2, and 3. Mark Antone by himself in fourth. The battles for fifth between the 96 of Mark Poole and the 60 of Tommy Beck. Ralph McBride, John Komarinsky, and Mike Adams are next. Wiltrout again is closed right back in on Brown. Trying to get underneath Neil in turn four, side by side down the front straightaway. Almost to the halfway mark. Wiltrout nosing ahead by half a car length, but look at Brown on the outside. He'll have the lead back as they race into three. Wiltrout leads into turn four, but again coming off on the outside. Brown with the momentum. The halfway mark. John Messenger, the 10th place car, not far ahead of the race leaders. Wiltrout makes the pass. Now Miller trying to move by Brown for second. Still Wiltrout closing in on the back of John Messenger. Miller trying to pass Brown for second and makes the pass as they race off of four. Antone is fourth. Tommy Beck has moved to fifth in the number 60. Poole is sixth. The race for seventh continues between Ralph McBride, John Komarinsky, and Mike Adams. They're really going at it for seventh, eighth, and ninth. And the lead three are trying to run them down. Gary Wiltrout now extends the lead. The 95, the Migan Ford's Stone & Company Taurus, ahead of the field with 16 laps to go. Gary yet to win this year. Got his first ever late model win here a season ago on his way to the track championship. Things could get real interesting in a handful of laps when your leaders close in on this 3-car race for 7th, 8th, and 9th. We saw lap traffic play a role in the Pro Truck feature tonight. It may do the same here, although Wiltrout has a little bit of breathing room. These cars are like opposite magnets. They just won't separate. The 30 of Ralph McBride and the 33 of John Komarinsky, with Mike Adams sitting right behind him in the 43. They're racing for position, so they don't just want to move over and yield here. Wiltrout has caught the 3. I'm sure Miller's up on the wheel knowing this is his chance. Wiltrout goes to the outside of Mike Adams in the 43. Well, where's he go now? Where's he go now? Komarinsky, McBride coming down the front straightaway. They've gone almost single file. Give them credit. Wiltrout still leads. Miller trying to get to the outside of McBride. And Komarinsky. And now McBride to the outside, trying to pass Komarinsky for 7th. Neil Brown still trying to lap them in the 98, the 3rd place car. McBride able to make the pass. 10 laps to go. Tommy Beck is pitted in car 60. Your 5th place car has pitted. That moves the 96 of Mark Poole to 5th. Mike Adams in the 43 now, passing the 33 of John Komarinsky to move up to 6th. Once they got through the traffic, able to race out to about a 10-car length lead again with 7 laps to go. To go. Nick Durant's is pitted in car 80. Durant's in the 80 into the pits. Champion a year ago, coming around to take the white flag, won twice last year, but both were early in the season. May 10th with his last win a season ago. So less than a lap away from getting his first of 2003. Out of Somerset, the Quality Products, Specklin Emergency Vehicles, Bingen Ford, Stone & Company, Taurus. Wiltrout wins it. Miller 2nd. Neil Brown 3rd. Marketone 4th. And the 96 of Mark Poole will finish 5th. Gary becomes the... And the Snyder Berlin potato chips also get the 2 6-inch fresh value meals at our participating Subway locations. Folks, his first win of 2003, Gary Wiltrout.
Week in, week out, Gary, we talked down after the races, and I kept asking you if you were getting a crate motor, and you kept telling me no. Second week with the crate motor, I guess sponsor kind of forced your hand. I bet you're awful glad right now.
Yeah, it's bad for the guys that can't afford one. You know what I mean? It's not fair to them guys, but you know what I mean? We got to do what you got to do.
You know, it does seem top three again with the crate motors, and obviously they're fast, but you know, you look at like John Komarinsky and Tommy Beck had one in tonight. I don't see them finishing in the top 5. Is it so much a crate motor, or is the handling still come into play?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you know, we were on ours last week for the first time, and you know, we had a pretty good car all year, but we put it in last week, and it really changed it a lot.
You know, you got a little racy there with Neil Brown early in that race.
Well, I know the 25 was coming, and I wanted to get going.
You know, I think you were faster than Neil, and Neil obviously doing his best to hold you off, and I think that's just racing.
That's right. That's part of racing. You know what I mean? I'd do the same for him.
I'm sure you would. Let's talk about the sponsors and the guys that help you out.
I definitely want to thank Stone and Company. Mark Stone helped us buy this motor and the car, and you know, Greg Stone, Megan Ford, and we picked up a new sponsor the first night on the car for quality coat care and Fayette Tree Service. And I definitely want to thank my crew. Them guys, they busted their butts getting this car, that motor in the car, and this race, these guys make me look good.
That's tough to do, Gary. Ladies and gentlemen, you winner tonight, Gary Wiltrout.
Door prize to give away. It's another pair of tickets to Jennerstown Speedway. These numbers again are inside the back cover of your souvenir program. The winning number is 1499. 1499. So if you have that number inside the back cover of your program, take it down to the souvenir stand underneath the aluminum grandstands. 1499. Today's 7 days a week. They are open for business, and have you tried one of their new wraps? Available at Sheets. Wraps, not just MTOs, but wraps and all sorts of deli items. Davies Ford Mustang to the pits, and here come your modifieds for 20 laps. The green is out. George Georgie Nicola and Tommy Benz lead the field into turn 1. Georgie's got the lead down the back straightaway. Paul Urso is second, almost 3 wide there for a moment for third. They're crowded. It's Nicola, your leader. Urso second. Jim Nicola third. Phil Arsenault fourth and Bobby Benz fifth, completing lap 1. Gary Scott is sixth. Mike Bacalon's motored all the way to 7th. Scott slips coming off that second turn, and Bacalon moves up to 6th. Arsenault to the inside of Jim Nicola. Automotive, Cox Transmissions, PJ Smoke Shop 97 of Georgie Nicola out of front. Paul Urso second. Jim Nicola, Georgie's uncle, is third, and Phil Arsenault's fourth. Bobby Benz and Mike Bacalon are next. Bacalon to the outside of Benz. Laps to go. Arsenault to the 8, gets her sideways there in turn 1, but he's still 4th. Down the 5, starting to pressure Paul Urso for second. Bobby Benson, Phil Arsenault rubbing wheels for a minute there in turns 3 and 4. Arsenault will end up outside the top 5 in the number 8. Benz is up to 4th. In on the halfway mark, Georgie Nicola looking for his first modified win. He has won here in the street stocks. He's a former street stock champion. He also has a win here in the pro trucks last year. Now looking for his first modified win. They race out of the Motordrome USA sign on the backstretch into turn 3. Paul Urso still second, Jim Nicola third, Bobby Benz fourth, and Mike Bacalon fifth. Again to the outside of Benz. Urso running a different groove too in that 37, the Sullivan Chevrolet 37. times opening up that inside lane. Bacalon now almost even with Benson. Gary Scott tries to make it a 3-car race in the 16. 5 laps to go. 5 to go. Keep your eyes on that scramble for 4th, 5th, and 6th between Bobby Benz, Mike Bacalon, and now Gary Scott. Scott, the points leader, running outside the top 5 right now. Urso again moves up into the middle groove. Jim Nicola moves inside in the 5, and they're wheel-to-wheel for 2nd. Wheel-to-wheel for 4th and 5th. And all that's doing is increasing the lead for George P. Nicola. 3 to go, and Georgie's got a half a straightaway lead, and the rest of them are too close to call. Jim Nicola in the 5 now. Makes the pass for 2nd. The inside opens up, and here comes Bobby Benz. Gary Scott slipped off the 2nd turn again. He'll lose a couple of spots in the 16. 2 laps to go. 2 to go. Benz to 3rd. Urso 4th. Bacalon 5th. Matt Smith at close 6. Larson East 7th, and Gary Scott 8th. Tommy Benz 9th, and Matt Penine 10th. Georgie Nicola trying to win a feature in a 3rd different division here at the MOTORDROME Speedway. He's won in the street stocks and the pro trucks. Looking for his first modified win. The Edlin Automotive, PJ Smoke Shop, Cox Transmissions 97. Watch the scramble for 2nd. Georgie Nicola will get his first Sheets modified feature win. 2nd, I think, to Benz. Nicola 3rd, Bacalon 4th, and Urso 5th. Bobby Benz getting credited for 2nd. Hand, folks, for Georgie Nicola.
Fans are down there with Georgie Nicola, and George, I tell you what, you started out the beginning of the year right where you don't want to be, sideways on the front stretch, big hard hit, and it was like, welcome to the modified, son.
Yeah, that was definitely a knock in reality. These guys did a heck of a job. They actually had to put it back together twice, and these guys are great. I'd like to thank my dad, Uncle Jim, John Lawton, Joe Nicola, and I'd like to thank my sponsors, PJ Smoke Shop, Cox Transmission, Ken's Tire, Jackson Welding Supply, and I'd like to thank the fans for coming on.
You know, George, you've raced here in the street stocks, and you raced here and you won in the pro truck, but this modified division is really something else. A lot of strong cars.
Oh, there's a ton of strong cars, Joe. 12 cars can win on a given night. It's side by side, and it's intense every lap.
Tonight it was nice to start up front, wasn't it?
I'll take it.
It was a big race behind you. I'm sure you're just smiling.
Just trying to keep her straight and hope that I see that checkered flag without a yellow.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner tonight, Georgie Nicola.
Subway Street Stocks rolling down the front chute. Uh-oh, Sean Rick in the 44. Thought he missed a shift there for a second, but he's going now. Not a good start for our Subway Street Stock Challenge contestant. Sean will get it straightened around here. It's Don Blank Jr. out in front in the Pleasant Bar 45 with Robin Rimmel second, Frank Turek third, Rich Nicola fourth, and Chris Fergona fifth in the 13. Taking the lead. The Mount Pleasant Napa, Arsenberger Trucking, Huffman's Auto Sales Ford in front. Don Blank Jr. up a little high in the 45, and here comes the 5, the Westside Lube and Tire. Frank Turek, Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning 5 of Frank into second, and Rich Nicola in the 34 right behind him in the third. Nicola moving quickly too in the Bobby's Lounge Deere Transportation Ford. Blank drops to fourth. Todd Knight, last week's winners, up to fifth in car 70. Rich Nicola trying to get underneath the 5 of Frank Turek for second. Coming around a complete lap 5, 15 to go, 15 laps to remaining. Knight is really moving the 70 car, catching Don Blank Jr. in no time, now trying to pass him for fourth. Robin Rimmel running up a groove in the 22, and there comes Frank Turek to his inside in the 5. Rich Nicola parked right behind him. Todd Knight edging ahead of Don Blank Jr. for fourth. Vince Cater is 6, Chris Fergona, Sean Rick, Jason Holder, and Mark Boom Boom Bloom all running together. 3-car battle for the lead. Oh, Don Blank in the 45 almost spun around. He's still fifth. Used up a lot of racetrack that time off the fourth turn. It's Frank Turek by car length, and now they're side by side for second. Turek in the 5 in front, Nicola in the 34 to second. Rich may be the fastest of the 3 right now. Todd Knight is closing in a hurry in the 70 car. Nicola dives to the low side. Turek moves up a groove to give him race room. Still Turek by car length, coming to the halfway mark. Ten laps to go. Nicola now pulling alongside of Frank Turek for the lead. Robin Rimmel still third, Todd Knight fourth, and Don Blank Jr. fifth. Rich Nicola into the lead. It is a Nicola Knight. His nephew Georgie just won the modified feature. Uncle George trying to do the same in the street stocks. And Robin Rimmel trying to get back by Frank Turek, who had passed him for the lead, for second now. Rimmel to second. So the Fords are ahead of the Chevys right now. Ford 1 and 2, Chevy 3 and 4, but that fourth place Chevy is moving quickly. The 70 of Todd Knight. Nicola out in front, and opening up some daylight in the process. Looks like the stars are aligned for the Nicolas tonight. Unofficially, I have Rich Nicola's last win here at Motordrome coming at the end of the 2000 season, September 8th of 2000. He's less than 5 laps away from returning to the winner's circle. Rimmel still second, Turek third, Todd Knight fourth. To go, Rich Nicola, Robin Rimmel, Frank Turek, Rimmel really close to the ball that time, and Todd Knight. Donnie Blank Jr.'s 45, still 5th. Vince Cater is 6th. Mark Boom Boom Balloon, a candidate to be your Valvoline hard charger, is 7th. Jason Holder 8th, and the Subway Street Stock Challenge contestant Sean Rick 9th with John Heilman 10th. White flag, final lap for Rich Nicola. His nephew Georgie just won in the modifieds, and Uncle Rich ready to get right back in the winner's circle after a little bit of a drought here in the Subway Street Stocks. And he will get it done tonight on Dick's Sporting Goods, Pennsylvania Army National Guard night. Robin Rimmel second, Frank Turek third, and Todd Knight a close fourth, with Donnie Blank Jr. winning the race for 5th. Rich Nicola becomes the 4th different winner in the Subway Street Stocks this year. Todd Knight and Frank Turek, the 70 and the 5, each have. Folks from Dick's Sporting Goods, Pennsylvania Army National Guard, Pittsburgh Circle Track Club will be greeting Rich Nicola. The Bobby's Lounge Dare Transportation Special. He's out of the car. Rich Nicola getting the win tonight in the Subway Street Stocks.
We're down here with Rich Nicola, and Rich, it's been a while since this old number 34 has been in victory lane.
Yeah, the last race of 2000 was the last time, and that was actually Mark Bloom's car.
I know, this thing used to be in victory lane all the time. I thought, well, maybe she's about used up, but she looked awful fast tonight.
It was hooked up good. Keith Sunaway put a good setup under it, and working with Jimmy and Mark and them guys, they do a great job. And well, I want to thank my wife first, because without her, I wouldn't have this kind of support to get me on this track and get me in this car. So everything said, I'd like to thank Bobby's Lounge, Danny Ola, Tire View Service, Dare Transportation, and I think that's basically all I got on this car. But I want to thank the Nicola race team for working with me and getting me back to where I need to be. And I'd also like to thank Penn Racing for helping me out early in the season, and just everybody else that was involved. I'd like to thank everybody.
Hey, it's not bad that we got 2 Nicolas in victory lane tonight.
Yeah, isn't that great? Congratulations to Georgie. He did a heck of a job. I mean, starting from the pole makes it a lot easier. And Well, I knew as soon as Frank made the run on Robin, I knew I could probably work Frank over a little bit, and I made the move on him. So overall, I'd like to thank you fans for coming out. I know it's been kind of crappy weather, but hopefully it'll turn. So it's turned for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, first one of the year for Radical Rich Nicola.
Off of 4, and the green is out. Bruce Hamilton charges into turn 1, your leader, the 29. Broadwater in the 9-second. Jeff Giles at the 50 is third. Then Chantel Germack in the 24 and Dave McManus in the 17. Chantel Germack moves to third, trying to take second away from Rick Broadwater. Chantel Germack to second. Ship on his way to the pits in the 04. Chantel Germack is closing in a hurry on the 29 of Bruce Hamilton, your leader. Oh, look out, Rick Broadwater, the 9, almost got around there coming off of 4. Dave McManus in the 17 moves up to third. Chantel starting to pressure the 29 of Bruce Hamilton, your leader. Broadwater in the 9 and Jeff Giles in the 50 slapping paint. They wrecks off of 4 down the front stretch. Here comes Chantel Germack trying to pass Bruce Hamilton for the lead. Chantel Germack, your leader. Bruce Hamilton second. Dave McManus third. Chantel has won up at Jennerstown this year, but she has not won in the Chargers here at Motordrome. Mike Lemley to fourth in car 4. He started last. She got a lot of ground to make up. Straight away behind the front 3. Still a lot of time. 10 laps to go. Keller in the 1 moves up to 5th. the halfway mark. Dave McManus continues to hound Bruce Hamilton for second. To go. The race for second continues. Trying to become the 5th different winner in the Chargers this year. And our first female winner in the Chargers, Jamie Bolkovac, won in the Legacy cars last week. It's 2 laps to go. She said she's won up at Jennerstown this year. And we got a wreck on the backstretch. It's not over yet. Well, Rick Broadwater gets it turned around so the green stays out. Good job, Rick. Right there at the pit entrance or exit, whichever you prefer, in the middle of the backstretch. One more lap. We can call it a night. Germack Heating and Cooling, Pete's and Gyro Express Chevy. Chantel Germack gets her first Motordrome feature win. Dave McManus second, Bruce Hamilton third, and Mike Lemley fourth. Chantel Germack in the winner's circle of Motordrome Speedway.
Okay, fans, we're down here with Chantel Germack. And Chantel, number one, congratulations on your first win at Motordrome.
Thanks. That was a tough one. I was sweating the whole way. I kept looking. I hope no one was behind me. I kept checking that scoreboard and counting down every single lap.
You know, it's tough, I think, when you're going for your first win and you had a pretty sizable lead, but even then the car starts to make a weird noise or you bobble just a little bit and everything's got to be running through your mind.
Oh yeah, you try to drive it as smooth as you can, and then one time you go in too high, and then you screw yourself up, and then, oh, I can't even talk. I'm so excited.
You know, let's talk about the people you need to thank. I know you need to thank your dad a lot. He's a big part of your team, and I know there's a lot of other people. I'll let you go ahead and thank them.
Okay, my sponsors are Germack Heating and Cooling, Pete's and Gyro Express, Advanced Automotive, Tom Wozniak builds my engines, Adamax Lubricants, and Draco Auto Paint, Keystone Auto Paint, and Grayson Construction. My crew is everyone from Reno's pit crew, my dad, my mom, my sister, Kent, my crew chief, Justin, Bobby, Dick, and Mike. I want to thank Bones. I know he's watching me up in heaven, so, and my boyfriend Adam.
Thank you, Nancy.
Oh, can't forget to thank the Fangs. Thanks, guys, for coming out tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, only the second female driver to pick up a feature win here at Motordrome, the other being Jamie Bokovic, Chantel Garmack.
Well, folks, we thank you for coming out. We beat Mother Nature tonight. Lots of rain in different parts of the area, and of course the cold temperatures. Hopefully we'll get a nice sunny Friday for a change next week and go back at it. And don't forget, in 2 weeks it's the big Tom Clark Automotive Family Firecracker 150 for the late models, plus the gigantic fireworks display and racing in the other divisions as well. Regular show next week, and 2 weeks will be the big 150 here on the 4th of July.